Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got something special, the first trailer for the next installment in this supposedly 28 years later trilogy. The first trailer has dropped, but obviously if you are new to this channel, please, if you like this type of content, do us a favor, like the video. If you end up enjoying it, subscribe and click the bell. It's all free, and we'd greatly appreciate it. Helps us out a ton, gets us recommended to people that watch this type of content. But I mean, 28 years later, to me at least, is one of the best movies of the year so far. And this movie,
it's one of my favorites.
It's amazing. It's inventive. I guess I didn't know what expectations to have, but after that first trailer, which, you know, I mean, it speaks for itself. That first 28 years later trailer is one of the greatest.
That's one of the best
trailers ever. And yeah, that trailer dropped, and I don't know what expectations I had particularly, but a coming of age horror movie certainly wasn't on my radar, and I couldn't have been more pleasantly surprised. Obviously, we'll talk more about you know, what this means or what we think will happen based on the events of 28 years later or 28 days later, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, we'll talk about that after we go ahead and react to this trailer. But this one is directed by 𝙎𝙬𝙚𝙚, not by Danny Boyle. Apparently Danny Boyle is supposed to do the third one if they do get one,
which I find very weird.
I just think maybe
I just find it different in the first place. The whole production of these three movies is very just, it's nothing I've ever, the fact that we're talking about, the fact that we're about to react to a 28 years later trailer, and in the same video we're talking about how this year the trailer for how 28 years later is one of our favorite movies this year. It's kind of wild. It's really fun. It's just really weird though that Danny Boyle, I don't know, I gotta see what's the reason, because there has to be a reason behind, you know, not doing the second one. I feel like he's still probably is
I mean, maybe
involved with it pretty heavily.
Yes,
I would guess.
I'm pretty sure they shot back to back, on immediately.
I just wonder what's the reason?
Maybe he just didn't want to
or whatnot
direct this one. Maybe it was too much for him. Needs a little break before getting back into the third one or whatever. I don't know, but we're gonna see what 𝙎𝙬𝙚𝙚 is cooking up, and then we'll talk about what we think afterwards. So without further ado, let's go ahead and react to this first trailer for 28 years later, The Bone Temple.
Are you ready?
Oh, it's the trailer versus the before the trailer.
The trailer before the trailer.
Trying to predict the future.
Oh, they're doing the audio things again. Audio sound bites.
Is this shot with an iPhone as well?
I don't know.
It may not even exist at all.
It's crazy. After watching 20 years later, and Ray Fiennes is gonna be the lead in this movie. It's
many of the things we take for granted will one day pass away completely.
It's the Alpha.
Oh shit, the Alpha.
Are they boys now?
Damn. The stare off is crazy.
Communicate.
What the hell? Are they becoming
We may have diseases and
they about to domesticate zombies? Oh yeah.
the whole world.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that looks very weird.
Look at the incredible changes we've experienced and survived.
Alpha's gonna be fucking shit up in this movie. Ooh!
And yet even greater changes are still to come.
Are you ready?
Oh my goodness, Jack O'Connor looks like he's... Oh my...
It looks ridiculous.
Whoa! Whoa! No after stinger. All right, everyone. That was the first trailer for 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. Start letting us know your thoughts in the comments down below. But I mean, this definitely is taking place right after. I'm wondering, who are those like new characters that were in this trailer? There's like two people.
I just think they're like a part of that group. We just didn't really see them like
You
that
think they're
much.
part of
Is
the
that who you're
Jimmies?
talking about?
No, I'm talking about the people that are like running away, and like they kind of are wearing similar attire to like where Spike comes from. Like it's very
like
regular
like
people,
just like weathered, like
yeah
material.
I don't know who that is.
honestly.
My guess, do we have like a cast? Actually, I mean, I guess I can go back to the trailer and see what they put at the end of it, because I don't know if Aaron Taylor Johnson's a part of this. I'm assuming he is.
I don't even know what to think of this trailer. I mean, obviously, like, I don't know if Aaron Taylor Johnson is a part of this movie.
Oh, they don't have the cast at the end of it. I mean, I guess we can go to the IMDb and look at who's in this, because the way 28 Years Later ended seemed like Spike's dad, Jamie, was gonna go after him and go for him. He is not in the cast. He is not in the cast right now. And it seems like, obviously, Ralph Fiennes will be leading this, which, I mean, that's like amazing. Like a Ralph Fiennes led horror movie.
That is.
I mean, what's the last one we got? The Menu. How did that turn out?
I'll say this. I don't know how. I like Ralph Fiennes as an actor. I don't know how much I'm intrigued enough in his character in this franchise to have a whole movie with him leading it. Obviously Spike and the Jimmies are gonna have stuff to do. Obviously, it seems like he's kind of getting initiated into the Jimmies. You're probably gonna get some like creepy, like weird fucking stuff with that. I mean, I don't know. It's a teaser, so it's not gonna give you a lot, but at the same time, there's nothing that I'm seeing in this trailer that's really that like forward moving, aside from some of the like some of the moments where it seems like the human to zombie connection is like, talking about it, what I could imagine is like the series moving to a place, especially after that first 28 Years Later movie.
Are you gonna
how
say
they treated
where zombies
and stuff like
amongst?
that. I can see the case where that is a thing, and the Jimmies are like the bad people or whatnot, and like they get their
that's kind of where I'm
demise in the
intrigued.
last
After 28
movie.
years later, while this is set in the same world as 28 Days, it's very much not some like legacy sequel. It's not like, it is clearly its own thing. Like it's trying to do its own trilogy. And what I'm curious about is what exactly are these three movies going to be about? Is this an overarching story about Spike spanning across three movies? Is Spike just the first, but we get like Ralph Fiennes in the second, and maybe like Aaron Taylor Johnson's character in the third, kind of growing? Like what exactly is the big story we're telling? And also I'm curious, what happens with the Bone Temple? It seemed like the Jimmy showed up at the Bone
it seemed like
Temple.
they finna show up to like,
do not,
they probably
I
finna show
swear,
up to wreck shop or some shit.
If they destroy the temples that Spike climbed to put his mother at the top,
I think
to face the sunrise,
I think that's enough.
That's gonna break him. You think that's what's gonna break him?
You pull the trigger at that point.
Yeah,
it's the fucking
that's another thing.
Power Ranger Jimmy squad against fucking the Alpha teaming up with us.
Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna handle the Jimmys like fighting, if it's gonna be in the same style or if it's just like,
imagine.
Because if you don't,
that's
know,
another thing. How is, because like this trailer is very much tonally in line with 20 Years Later. How is the tone balancing gonna be with the Jimmys and this horror aspect because that was one thing that threw a lot of people off. It made a lot of people
Yes.
kind of soured on the ending of the first movie.
Yes.
This trailer, you're not really getting that. You're not really getting like a balancing
And
of
here's-
tones. It's kind of just 20 years later. I wonder how that's going to be in the movie.
Yeah, I want to add to that because I think in retrospect, you know, immediate impressions are kind of everything. And a lot of people walked out of 28 years later kind of frustrated with the way it ended. A lot of people were frustrated with the like the direction of the movie, which I don't understand. I'm gonna be honest.
Which is weird, given that, like, to me, at least in my opinion, 28 Years Later seems like one of Danny Boyle's more accessible movies up until that ending. Like, it's very streamlined. It's very there are definitely deep themes and stuff like beneath the surface there. But as far as like telling a story and
yeah,
like
I don't understand why so many people
like, to me,
were so like. Again, I mean, I guess
tamer than Days Later for sure.
I guess
like,
everyone wanted like your expected zombie slashing movie, but like,
or maybe what they expected wasn't your typical zombie slashing movie, but just
they went
not
like a survival,
just
like
not this
I
Danny
think that's
Boyle
what they
one.
wanted.
Like,
Was a World War Z, was a Dawn of the Dead, was a like a survival zombies like movie.
the biggest like litmus test is not even that ending. It's that pregnancy scene. That's like the biggest litmus test.
Yeah,
But like,
and
I
then
would say though, it's things like that though. That's not in zombie movies really.
And then so many people
when you see that,
were mad that they were like, it's about his mother, and I'm like, no, it's not. It's about Spike.
Yeah.
Like, I was so thrown off by how many
and
people...
even if it is, what's wrong with that? I will say they led with Aaron Taylor Johnson in the marketing, which was, I'm not gonna lie, that was probably on purpose. Because everybody knows who fucking Aaron Taylor Johnson is. For some reason, nobody knows who Jodie fucking Comer is. Everybody needs to know who Jodie Comer is.
Of the first like half of the movie.
Yeah.
So you don't want to give
because I will
away
say
the second
I think
half
that
of the
movie does very true. I will say I think that movie does have a lot more to do with the mother. I wonder if anything Spike related will like. I wonder if any of that will have like any
payoff or effect or
any payoff or effect to like the zombies and whatnot, because like that guy's mom basically helped was it the Alpha's like girl or whatever, basically helped the woman give birth to a zombie. I just wonder if that what that means. Like, did she just help that zombie out because like that's what a mom does, and obviously like that scene is very poignant and stuff, or is that going to carry over into the future and it's like the Alpha is even like, okay, like I don't need to mess with this kid or whatnot. Like I have a lot of questions as to how the zombies are literally going to work because in 20 years later they're just zombies. At the end of 20 years later, you've changed that. They're no longer like just zombies. They're a bit there's something a bit different.
They've evolved,
and
for sure.
Then you open up this trailer with Ray Fiennes having an aura off with the Alpha. To me, I'm like, what's going on there? Why is he
they're
just
boys
able to
now?
have...
He's what did he do in 20 years later? He like tranquilized him so long.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, bro, don't do it anymore. He's like, all right, bro. But I think to piggyback off of what we were talking about, the ending of 28 years later was very it left an impression, and I think no one was prepared to hear heavy like metal rock music with a bunch of energy and over the top action sequences with like these ridiculous costumes. No one expected
then it just ends.
that.
Crazy.
But with context, the more I think about that scene, watching this trailer, I mean, the scene, and I kind of predicted this, like walking out of the movie. I knew the scene was gonna age better, like as time went on, because it has a reason to be there. It's not like
There's
Danny Boyle was just like, you know what? Let's put these random tracksuit people in here and just start fucking up people with a heavy metal.
I think
like
even the people that like hated that ending, I'm pretty sure even they could like come to the guesstimation of like, this is probably supposed to mean something.
Yes, and I
like because
think
it just feels so random. Like,
and I think in context now, I mean that is clearly, to me at least, that's Spike's vision. That is how Spike saw these characters, you know, beating all of these zombies up in these colored uniforms and flipping.
Yeah.
Or they probably weren't even like flipping in the air in real life. But he saw them as like Power Rangers. He saw them as this like over the top choreography. And yeah, I'm just so interested in Spike's story specifically.
You see the scene when he has on like the wig, like the rest of the Jimmies, and like he's at the dinner table. To me, that's one of those moments where it's like the kid is getting what he thinks he wants.
Yes.
And then like
he sees a figure
I don't know. You know,
Jimmy. He sees an authority. He sees I don't want to say a father figure, but a father-like figure that he is clearly missing. And
someone he could like connect to a little bit more. Like, you know, probably like I feel like this world that's like coming down on this kid. It's made him very tough, and it's made him want, you know, to watch Power Rangers and to want that kind of life. So I feel like there's something there. I'm just really interested in like Ralph Fiennes leading this movie. Like I just want to know what is he gonna do to help to have me like fully captured, because the essence of 28 years later was the world. I'm already invested in the world, so now like invest me in like more of Spike. But I liked Ralph Fiennes' character in that first movie. I want to see how this movie like ushers him and shepherds him as a lead in a movie and like what he does, because I feel like his character has a lot like he can do.
I'm excited for what Need to Costa brings. This movie definitely looks more, what do I say? How do I say it? Like commercial. This movie definitely looks more commercial than 28 Years Later, which has taken some ridiculous visual swings behind and in camera.
That's why I asked, is this even filmed with an iPhone?
Probably not. It seems much more Ari Alexa filmed.
I also wouldn't be surprised if it was filmed with an iPhone, but Nina Custer's direction is just a little bit more like tame and a little bit more like not like,
and
it's less like Danny Boyle is always looking for some.
Danny Boyle is a loose cannon,
shots and
like
stuff. So
yeah, I'm curious.
I wouldn't be surprised though if it was just a regular iPhone and just shot like a little bit differently.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. You know, if this ends up doing great things and like we get that third movie, we could potentially have like one of the greatest.
How did the first one do?
Trilogy.
Did the first one do good at the box office?
It made like 150 million, which by logic didn't even break even because the movie was 75 million.
So since they filmed both movies, is it one budget?
That's what I'm thinking. Did both cost 75 million?
If it is, I think that third one is probably locked if they did.
Yes, if
it's separate, I think it'll be hard to sell that third one if the second movie doesn't like go.
That's where I'm curious, because it's the reported budget for 28 Years Later is 75 million, but they shot these back to back. So was that 75 million for both, or is it 75 million for just 28 Years Later? And if that's the case, and you do the 2.5,
these are the real questions. These are the real questions we need to answer.
If you do the box office projection, you know, the basic metric of multiplying it by 2.5, it didn't break even, but part of me thinks they didn't spend 75 million on marketing. Like, they didn't. They probably spent 20 to 25 million.
I wouldn't be surprised if they went the route of shooting them back to back to do that purposefully, so that they can like mash together a budget and come out with a better result in hopes of getting that third one. And it actually, that makes more sense as to why Danny Boyle wouldn't do the second one and would do the third one. That would actually make sense.
Reported budget,
because I could imagine Danny Boyle, you know, doing the first one, but really wanting that third one. Like that's the one he really wants. And then I could imagine he does a first two movies to kind of like make that monetary, that financial gain a little bit better, so that third one ultimately gets a better chance at being made. I could see that.
Someone said reportedly 28 Years Later costed 60 and Bone Temple costed 50. Based on documents.
So like 100 altogether, that's not bad. That's not bad at all, honestly.
Yeah, if that is,
especially if Bone Temple can muster up like 200 million. I mean, I think to me, you got 300 million.
So yeah,
almost
apparently
350 going into the third final one. I don't know.
Apparently, the reports is 20 years later costed 74,377,651, and then Bone Temple was around 63, and with tax cuts, it would be 60/50, which means years later would have costed around 60, and Bone Temple would have costed around 50. So if that is the case, I think we're on more than good track here for a third movie. I personally would want one. This is shaping up. If Bone Temple
January though, that's the only thing that worries me.
That is the only hesitation.
That is the only thing.
Don't like that release date. Not comfortable with it. And
it's not a good release date for movies in general because most bad movies are released in January.
That and
most movies don't do good in January.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Theaters. If it could fucking become a triumph and fucking be a top tier movie with amazing box office results, one of the best January fucking movies of all time, bro, imagine.
Yeah, that's the only thing that gives me hesitation. A lot of people just don't go to movies in January because it's, after, it's like the new year. People are starting to do resolutions, starting to get stuff squared away for the rest of the year. They're not focused on watching a movie. But this is part of the horror genre. Which
I was going to say horror does do good early on in the year, though, from what I remember.
That is the one thing that makes me forgiving of this release date is I think the horror fans and people that love this genre will show up no matter where or when it's releasing. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed this trailer. Cannot wait for Bone Temple. You guys tell us in the comments below, what did you all think about this trailer? What did you think of 28 years later or 28 days later? Let us know anything.
Your 2025 movies.
Let us know your thoughts on anything related to this. We love discussing with you all. And if you made it this far and you haven't, please, what are you doing? Hit the like button, subscribe, click the bell. It's completely free. And we would greatly, greatly appreciate it. But other than that, it's been your boy Keezy.
It's been your boy Kels.
And hopefully we see you all in the next one.